All right, so the hashtag is here, Amina, at the Trend Live on social media. How are you? Welcome to it. It's Friday night. The chaos and the train wreck has begun. My name is Amina Abdurrabah. As you've seen, we've got so much lined up for you. Lalana School are here. Oh my gosh, I remember when I was in high school. I was in Boma. I was in a school called Boma, Kenya High School. So wasiwa changes your time. Walikuwa sawa. Sisemi saisi wa sawa. Mimi nasema tu your time. It was a long time ago, So we're going to be talking to them all about music as they celebrate their 70th anniversary. We're going to find out all about that. And of course, you jump in on the hashtag Hey Amina. So let's take a look at who is going to be with us on the show tonight. Well, they started off the show with a fire performance. Lenana School Orchestra are here. I think they're one of the most talented people that we've got in the game, in the industry. Take note, Mankind. They're here. Arrow Boy, Arrow Boy has been making headlines, udaku, mbea, vitu nyingi zinafanyika. We've got to find out what he's been up to. He's also on the show tonight. All right, so now every single Friday when we start the show, we have the meme challenge. So we have to start even this show with a meme challenge. So let's see. I haven't seen today's meme challenge. Let me see how this one looks like. So here it is on the screen. Kama kawaida. The best, the most creative caption. Sasa hizo ni gani? Is this African? I feel like ya baridi. Ukienda sasa I don't know. So if you think you know what's happening on that picture with that car, the situation, even though I feel like this would be a hit in Kiambu, I don't know why. I feel like this would be a huge, massive hit. It really would. All right, so now let me know what you think about it. The hashtag meme challenge at the Trend Live. Tonight, we talk a lot about entertainment, but we also talk about unemployment. See, when I was growing up, the face of employment, I felt like took a very seamless trajectory. You go to school, hopefully you get good grades, and then you get a job. Now, more often than not, that job was an 8-to-5 job that you would find, and you were confined to this desk. However, in 2019, the face of employment has completely evolved. It's changed. It's incorporating elements of entrepreneurship, innovation, and collaboration with, just so many different things going on. Now, with a burgeoning youth population, steady rise of a creative industry, challenges notwithstanding, we're looking at exciting times on how we are being employed, how we are creating opportunities for ourselves. So tonight on the show, I've got three awesome people. They're all going to introduce themselves. They're going to be telling me what it is that they do. Let me start with you, Kingsley. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome on the show.
Thank you.
So tell us what you do.
Okay, so I'm Kingsley, and I run a company called Funtrench Limited. And I've also made an app called Tafsiri, which I guess I'll talk about a bit.
Fantastic. Yeah. And then we've got Halima.
Yes, so hi, my name is Halima Hussein. I just started an organic makeup company, an organic cosmetics line, and that's what I'm going to talk about today.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. Then we also have Emma.
Hi everyone, my name is Emma Irungo. I work for Kenya Film Classification Board. It's a state regulatory agency in the film industry.
Yeah. Now, Emma, we've seen such significant growth in the creative industry. We've seen Kenyans, take to going to theater, they're going for plays, they're going for concerts a lot more today. We're seeing a lot more people, starting very interesting businesses. What do you think as a government we can do to catalyze the process of helping the industry?
Okay, actually there's so much that we can do, and especially in the era of technology, because that is changing how films are being made, how they are being edited, how they are being distributed, how they are being exhibited. So there's a lot of opportunities that there for our youth and for the upcoming talents, for them to use technology to make their wealth in the film industry. And what a government can do and what we are trying to do is to put the right policy and even to make sure that the law is up to date with the technology, and that is why we are doing the review of the Films and Stage Plays Act.
Now, you know, one of the government's main role, of course, is to create jobs and employment for its citizens. However, many a times, as we've seen it in the recent years, it's not to the extent that we want it. But we also want to get out of that government dependency. You know what I mean? Especially as millennials, we're creative and we're different. How do we do that?
Actually, that is very it's very key to say that we don't have to wait for government to create jobs for us. Actually, the government is there to facilitate the environment, to make the environment conducive for people to be able to create jobs and to do business. And we do that, or the government does that through the laws that are put in place, and making sure that the law is followed, and again, making sure that there are networks that the government is creating with other nations or in the globe, because as an individual one may not be able to make it to go global without the right treaties in place and all that. And that is what actually the government is doing. A lot of collaborations, a lot of networks creating for the industry, and even giving the creatives those platforms where they can put their content or they can do their marketing so that they are known in the global village, so that the creativity is not only limited to Kenya, but in the global.
That is true.
Yes.
Now, Kingsley, especially for you specifically, let's talk about, you know, because your app could be a change, you know, a game changer. So you can tell us about it, Tafsiri.
Yeah. So basically, Tafsiri is a language translation app. Eventually, we want it to be an app where you can basically just download it and learn a new language, and our focus is on local languages. So basically, the kind of languages you won't find on Google Translate and the rest. Yeah, so at this point, you can download it, you can, you know, basically find out what something you know in English, you know, how it's said in a different language, right? Whether it's Kikuyu or Luo and so on, right? And we're adding more languages as we go. So yeah, so basically that's Tafsiri in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite an amazing app. How did you think of, you know, I mean, people don't speak you know, their mother tongue as much as we used to, right, back in the day. So how did this even become an idea for you?
Well, first of all, it's part of a theme that we were working on basically local content, right? And when you go to Google Translate, you find that you see a lot of European languages and so on, but for African languages, you'll see very few, right? Maybe for Kenyan ones, you might just find Swahili, right? So basically, what we wanted to do was to, you know, fill in that gap where we have the same kind of exposure that's there for foreign languages is also there for local ones. And more importantly, you know, once, you know, as people get more and more into tech or into digital stuff, you want people to be able to access all, like, internet and whatnot in languages that they understand. Yeah, so it's also an accessibility thing. Yeah.
I like that. Halima, can you speak your mother tongue?
No. It's Kikuyu, and I never learned it, so but I'm on the way, you know.
Do you want to learn?
Yeah, definitely,
All right.
definitely.
Do you regret not knowing?
Sometimes when I go to visit my grandmother, I'm like, okay, I wish I could understand what guys are saying. Yeah, so I do want to learn, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can teach her.
You can, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dike Hota at Ray Ray. Those are the ones. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, so tell me about, so you're in university.
Yes, I am.
What are you studying and where do you study?
I'm studying law at Brunel University in London. Yeah.
And you decided to get into, to venture into this
Yeah.
very tricky industry of
Yeah.
beauty.
Yes.
Tell us about HH Cosmetics.
So yeah, our brand is called HH Glam, and I basically began it because, first of all, I'm a makeup enthusiast. I love it very much. And I saw that there was a gap in the Kenyan market for makeup brands. We don't have very many Kenyan-owned or Kenyan-made makeup brands. And a lot of the time you will see very many women looking towards westernized brands to kind of feel like the brand is good and to get the kind of validation that this is a good brand. So I kind of wanted to create a brand where people can look and say, hey, this is made in Kenya, this is a Kenyan-owned makeup brand, and we trust it. You know, it's a good one. So that's where we're building up to. There was also a gap in terms of organic makeup companies. You rarely find them, and people don't know that the skin is the largest organ of the body, so whatever you put onto your skin is just as detrimental to your body as what you consume. So you know, all the makeup we put on our bodies, it'll be better for us if it's organic. Yeah.
Oh wow, I love that so much. We have to buy it. I don't. You know, we've been seeing what's happening even here with the news regarding what it is that we eat, and you know, so then we can also see how we have a lot more, you know, non-communicable diseases that we're seeing a lot more. There are a lot of lifestyle issues that we're facing, and I guess a lot of it, of course, has to do with what we're eating, but even your makeup is very, very important. The makeup industry is $1 billion industry. A lot of people are buying makeup. We don't know what we're buying and what it's even made of. Now, you know, Emma, back in the day, for me, right, I think employment was you go to school, you get your grades, and then you most probably get an 8 to 5. There were songs about, oh, utaenda utapata kazi, sijui nini. There were very many. And the face of employment is ever changing. I mean, how do you think it's going to be in the next 5 to 10 years?
Actually, it's going to change so much, and especially if you are able, as Kenya as a country, to embrace the competence-based curriculum that is coming up. Because you realize that as we are in school, it's like you started to make your career after college, actually. Because even when you are in college, you are still finding your direction. Trying to think after I'm through with my degree or my diploma, that's the time I'll start to make my career. But now, even when you are 10 or 12 in the school, you can be able to make your career out of it. I mean, you can be able to identify what you want to do and start to pursue it early enough, which I believe is gonna help, because it means that you are growing with a passion. You identify your talent early and growing it so well. I was listening to this Lenana school, and imagine I can see each one of them is having a different instrument for them to play. Now you can imagine when they start to do this when they are still in high school, as opposed to learning this when they're in college. So the job market is going to change, because now we have even children as young as 7 years, making money with their own talents, you see, which is very different from what we have had there before. So the job market is changing. Creativity, innovation is changing the job market. So you can make money, not actually. You don't need even academic certificates for some talents or for some jobs for you to make money. You can make money as you go on with your education. So it's very different.
It really is. Now, for you, Kingsley, being in the innovation space, do you even feel that support from government? Do you feel like you're given resources and tools? You know what I mean? To be on that competitive space.
Well, what I'd say about that is that there's definitely a problem, you know, locally and regionally, especially with people who are building startups. You know, getting capital is a big challenge when people want to start their own business and whatnot. And you know, a lot of people want to do it, but you know, without that infrastructure where like there is a lot of investment, like you see in Silicon Valley, for example, you know, most people will see it as high risk. Like if you go into your own business, like what will you eat, how will you pay rent, and so on. So yeah, so I think in terms of support, it's something that there's a lot of room for improvement there, especially when it comes to how people are able to raise capital and even get mentorship or just like have other people who can show them the ropes. Yeah.
Now, I think for the most part, entrepreneurship at some point is fantasized. You know, a lot of young people are just like, I want to be an entrepreneur. Nataka kuwa entrepreneur. Mimi naweza kuwa entrepreneur. I don't know. It's like they just sort of say it, you know. But let's talk about the competencies and the tools that they require and need for them to kickstart, you know, a sustainable, successful business. Halima, in your case, having started your business from January, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I did a whole year of working with a brand that really focused on organic products for the body and the skin. And through them, that's how I actually learned what kind of products to put in my formulation for my lip gloss. That's what we're selling right now. So it took a year for me to actually learn the ropes behind the certain things that I was going to put within my product. And from there, it actually took me a full straight 6 months working on the formulation, changing it, keep like changing the consistency, keep changing the certain ingredients within it. But not only that, you know, it took a marketing aspect behind it. It also took an accounting aspect behind it. So I think a lot of people, like you're saying, would say, okay, like let me wake up tomorrow and like let me start a company. But there's so much that is behind the scenes that you have to be prepared for, and you have to be ready to put in the work. There's a lot of resilience that's needed within starting a company. So yeah.
I like that. And I mean, if we talk about like the new curriculum, Emma, do you feel like, you know, it's talking about now innovation and seeing how, you know, the creative industries, where the future is, and that's where sort of many people are looking to. Do you feel like the new curriculum is going to equip the students with the necessary, you know, know how to get into the game and be employed?
Well, let me say that, let me say I'm not the most equipped person to talk about the curriculum, because I don't come from the Ministry of Education and don't want to
speak, and then tomorrow you make headlines.
Yes. So from the face value, I see like it will be a very good curriculum if it's going to be understood by the teachers and how to implement it and all that. If children are going to identify their talents, or the teachers are going to help the students identify their talents when they are still young, I think that is a plus. But as I've said, I may not know the nitty-gritty of the curriculum.
Let me take it back. And I'll ask you one that you're definitely you know in a space to answer. And you know, what is KFCB doing? You know, to specifically, right?
Yes.
To try and help as far as unemployment is concerned. What spaces are you opening up? You know, or projects that are, you know, starting up so that young people can take them up as well?
Actually, I want to say that as KFCB, we have a strategic plan that we follow. That is 5 years, 2018 to 2023. That is our five years strategic plan that we are following. And in it, we have a strategic objective to give back to the industry, because we realize that unless we build the industry, then we don't have anyone to regulate. I want to start with the Minister of Education, that now that you have just mentioned it. We have collaborated with the Minister of Education through the Kenya National and Drama Film Festivals. In it is about identifying the talents. That's through stage performances, that's drama and film. Actually, we have like this 2019, the Kenya National Drama Festival, there were a lot of talents that were being exhibited. So what is KFCB? Why is KFCB in that partnership? Is because we would want that those films that are produced and the stage plays that are produced are monetized in a way. It's not just about that these talents are just exhibited and that's it. But we go to the next level, and if we can be able to give the students even a platform, like now we have Nairobi Film Center, where it will be like a center of excellence. We have talents that are identified. You need to know academic papers per se at that point, and then you can come there. We will have studios and all that, and you are able to better your skills. So actually, we have a number of programs that we are doing for that, and then a lot of collaborations with the industry, where the talents are at the base of the talents.
And how can they access that? How can they access any of these? They just come to the office, or they go online? For anyone who wants to engage you further on this, how do they contact you? They just go to the offices?
Actually, it's two-way. They can identify with the KFCB, because all our content is on our website, www.kfcb.co.ke, but we also identify. We are also looking out for those collaborations that can help our industry to grow, not only in Kenya, but even outside the country. So that is why sometimes we even sponsor the artists to go out there for festivals, to go meet, network, have exchange programs and all that. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
If you guys could just bring us now Beyonce. That is it. That's all. That is all, Emma. Anyway, now, Halima, we were looking at your makeup. We're about to wrap up the interview, but I'm seeing that you brought something for us.
I did. So I think, you know,
So this is part of your line, your range.
Yeah, so this is what we have so far.
Oh, okay.
It's
You can
called
give
the
Emma
Sweet
one.
Honey Lip Gloss. Yeah, sure,
Give
sure,
Emma
sure.
one.
So
Kingsley, do you want one? Hey, this is a defining moment in your life. Hey.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, so it's made out of vitamin E, cocoa butter, shea butter, and avocado oil. Yeah, so all of them have a certain benefit for your body and your skin. Vitamin E, it has antioxidants that help your skin cells retain water, so super moisturized lips. Avocado oil removes all your chaps and cracks and any discoloration on your lips. And then the shea and cocoa butter actually act as an SPF. So it's a everything in one lip gloss.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
cool. I'm trying to open it, me and my pen. All right, anyway, so I'm trying to open it. Now, Kingsley, this is really, really nice. Thank you so much. This is wonderful. Please get it, it's natural.
Yeah.
Now, Kingsley, did you see the bad translation on Netflix? Did you see it? The bad Swahili translation.
I think I did.
You never got to see
Definitely,
it?
yes.
I think I did.
Yeah, I wish they gave you, that opportunity to translate it. Now, earlier today, I think it was yesterday or earlier this week, there's an MCO proposed something that it becomes a must for all nursery children to learn the vernacular language. So they go home and someone teaches you something and you go to class and you present it. Because we're, eroding a lot of our culture by not really understanding our languages, speaking them, right? What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's good to conserve culture and to conserve languages, and especially when you can use technology to do that, right? But to compel people to learn their languages, I don't think that's a very good plan. It should be something that's optional, the same way that someone can decide to learn French, right? Or Italian, and so on. It could be the same thing, that if the resources are there, if the languages have been properly digitized, then you can find, like, anyone can just decide, okay, I'm going to learn Maasai, right? And even tourists can come and, learn local languages in that way.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Ngoja tu. Watu tu home wanaangalia wanasema, ebu waneni huyu Kingsley sasa. How can you say that? Emma is not agreeing. She's like, you have to learn your language. All right, so now thank you so much for this wonderful lip gloss. As I apply this now on Monday, we're going to, of course, engage further, talk more about what we can and cannot do to ensure that we equip our youth with the necessary skills that they need so that they can be in a position to gain a job, right? So that they can help their families. The Nation Leadership Forum will be on Monday live here on NTV. Make sure that you get more information about the Nation Leadership Forum on our social media pages. Thank you so much to Emma. All the best to Halima and Kingsley, of course, with your app and with your business. We're going to be taking a short break. The hashtag is Hermina at The Trend Live. Don't go anywhere.